She divorced you. Here's your 90-day plan to make her regret it. Let's get into it. Every divorced man feels this, but a lot of them won't admit it out loud. I want my ex to regret leaving me. And that instinct is very valid. Don't fight it. Don't try to mask it. Channel the anger. Women initiate 69% of divorces. She made the call, right? Not you. And 27% of them regret it, which means if you did nothing in this video, you could potentially get her back. 1 in 4 shot, right? There's already a 1 in 4 chance she's questioning herself. You could spend the next 6 months texting her, going dark, posting thirst traps, right? Usually what divorced men do, but none of that actually works. What actually works come down to 2 things: external status and relational status. Let me explain. So there are 2 types of status in any relationship. The first is called external status. Now, this is the status that she sees before she's in your world, your lifestyle, your actual status, like how people see you. Do people respect you? Who do you know? Your network, your assets, your car, your motorcycle, where you live, your apartment, how you look, you're in shape, right? You speak well, your lifestyle visually. This is external status. Someone is not in your world and they're seeing you from the outside and you're attractive. If you look like this, you're attractive, you're high status, you have a badass lifestyle, right? That is called external status. The second type of status that no one knows, because I literally invented this, is called relational status. Relational status is how much access do I have to my man in the relationship? His warmth, his attention, provision, protection, you doing things for her, paying her bills, all of that is relational status. And most men in any relationship, let alone marriages, have very low relational status. That's when all the problem starts happening. Her complaining, acting entitled, passive aggressiveness. All that happens when you have low relational status. Most men have some sort of external status. Cool car, job, somewhat cool lifestyle. They maybe travel, make some good money. But the problem is that's not your external status anymore. That's our external status, right? You and your girl, you and your wife. So no longer is it doing the effect it had before when she wasn't in your world. Now it's both of you guys, right? Now it's our external status. Now it's our car. Now it's our apartment and job and income, right? Are you getting it now? So most men have zero relational status in the relationship because what are you told to do? Do whatever your woman wants. Give her unconditional love. She likes when you reassure her, when you call her baby, when you say, I love you, when you show heart emojis and all this kind of stuff, when you give her cuddles. Do that unlimited, unconditionally. If you don't, you're a bad person and you're naughty, bad husband. If you don't give her unlimited attention, regardless of her behavior, don't worry about her behavior. Give her whatever she wants always. Maybe then you're a good husband. If you don't, you're a bad husband. That's most men, right? What they're told by the news, media, their mom, parents, uncle, all the shit, right? But here's the thing. The second she divorces you, or you guys get divorced, there is no relationship status because you're not in a relationship anymore, right? She made that choice. She's on the outside now. There's no access, no longer part of your world. She's not living with you, doesn't have access to your car or hopefully your income. But the external status that you had before, that's very much alive now. All of a sudden, that's alive. That's working again. The engine kicked back on. And you can start building that immediately the day she leaves. And here's why this matters psychologically. When you improve your external status, the moment she's gone, she doesn't just feel one loss, right? She feels the relational loss. She's no longer like your person. She watches your stock go up, right? Without her. She sees you becoming more, not less, after she left. That combination psychologically is devastating. She expected you to fall apart, right? To not be able to go on without her, to not be able to live life or let alone go to work, right? That's what they're like hoping for. I've heard a lot of stories, right? It's almost like the girl wants you to come crawling back to her and beg her back, even though she divorced you. Instead, she will see you growing and getting better and your status going up, right? But she expected you to fall. You didn't. That's the whole game. Let me tell you what every guy does when he gets divorced, because you might be doing some of this or all of it, and we need to stop doing that because it's absolutely hurting you right now and not helping get her back or make her jealous. So here's what some guys do. Text her constantly, trying to stay relevant, like messaging her. You're divorced, the papers are signed, you're broken up, and then we're texting. What are we texting about? Why are we texting each other? What is the reason? A girl is going to always throw these feelers out to see where she stands with you and breadcrumb you to make her seem like she's interested, but she's also not. But she's asking about like a bill that she doesn't need to ask about. She found some really clever way through a side channel. If you don't know what side channels are, like she watched your story, she sent you a reel, her like friend asked you for her. Those are called side channels. That's what girls do when they don't want to like directly reach out to you. For some reason, she like came up with a random reason of like why she needed to text you. Meanwhile, she doesn't at all, just to see if you'll respond. Or what guys do, they go dark. They completely disappear. They stop going to places they used to go to. No more stories on Instagram, nothing, right? Or they post emotional, sad content. on their story, like brokenhearted, the one that got away on Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, right? Or on the other side of the spectrum, they post the obvious, look how happy I am. Or when the clouds part, the sunshine comes through. Like some post where you're subtweeting in or being passive aggressive that my ex sucked and thank God she's gone. Can't do that either. That doesn't make her jealous. That makes her angry in a way that isn't helpful towards you. Not in a like a, I'm jealous that I lost my man. She's angry of look how much of a dick he is. Make sense? That's not what you want. You don't want her to think you're a dick. You want her to be like, holy fuck, what did I lose? Because that's dopamine. This is dopamine pursuit. She comes to you and all of a sudden it's a sweet little submissive girl who, I don't know why we broke up. I don't know why we're fighting so much. Can we talk, please? That's what you want, right? And then you get to decide if you want to talk or not. You want the amygdala to be nice and quiet, right? If you post like, fuck my ex, I hate my ex-wife, I'm never getting married again. That's anger. Now she can be pissed at you and now she has a resentment wall of, yeah, he was a dick for this reason and she has a legitimate reason. Because he posted this shit. Or you hit the gym, but you document it all wrong because you post photos like this of selfies and clearly trying to show off that I'm trying to be relevant and trying to show off my body, but I'm doing it in a pretty not the most calibrated way. Don't want to do that either because that comes off like you're trying way too hard. Every single one of these moves confirms her decision. She left because she lost attraction. Every one of those behaviors makes her feel like she was right to leave. You do not want to confirm her decision to leave. Even if she probably tried to blame you somehow. Of course, she's not going to own it. Yeah, I'm divorcing you because I'm done. I'm making the decision. No, she blamed you somehow. It's your fault somehow. But you don't want to give her more reasons of, yeah, I was right to leave because he did that. You know what I mean? After we broke up. And that made it very obvious that I made the right choice. You don't want to give her that ammunition, right? If you do that, you're not making her regret it. You're validating that she made the right choice. So here's where most men get it completely wrong. They think she's paying attention to like their texts, like their text messages back and forth or phone calls, as if she's like analyzing the messages you send back and forth. If you're going to say the right couple words on text when she asks about something transactional or logistical that she didn't need to ask you. She asks, did you pay the dentist bill? She'll say something random to try to get a text from you, right? And then you'll go back and forth a little bit about something random, right? She's not analyzing your texts on iMessage. She's not reading what you send her and then regretting her decision based on a few different words you sent on an iMessage, right? She's not listening to the voicemail you left and then feeling bad and all these gushy feelings and then thinking that she regretted everything, right? She made her decision and now she's looking for confirmation she made the right one with all the things you're sending her directly to her, right? And there's one place she's going to find it. So she's not going through text messages, voicemails, or letters, any nonsense like that. The one place she is checking aggressively. Like, I would love to see, because back in the day, you could see how many times somebody viewed your profile on Instagram. It was pretty funny. A lot of people like that didn't even follow you, viewed your profile like 15, 20 times. And you're like, Jesus, like someone's obsessed and has a little bit of pride, which is funny, which is cute. A girl views your profile like 20 times, but then doesn't follow you. That's cute, right? Like how we got a lot of pride there, but obviously is obsessed. Where your ex is going to see how you're doing in life isn't to drive by your house or look at your text messages. She's going to your Instagram. She's going to check out your lifestyle. What is new in your life? If it's something good, if something's going on, the only place it's going to show up is your Instagram. 58% of people check their ex's social media within 10 days after the breakup. Not weeks, not months, not years. 10 days. That's where the final decision happens. She goes in your profile, analyzes everything, views everything, your lifestyle, your status as a value judgment, and then either confirms that she made the right decision or not. She's looking at your grid, your photos, your stories, your highlights. She's looking at your life and deciding in real time whether she made a mistake. Right now, if your profile is weak and it looks like this, right? She sees selfies, your buddies drinking, landscape photos, beer pong, a photo of a car that she doesn't care about cars. Or antique cars, especially. If she sees all this, she's not thinking, boy, do I really regret leaving? What a life am I missing out on? She does not think that. She thinks you're validating her decision that she doesn't regret leaving. So most men wait. They think they need to wait months, years after a divorce. Like the longer the divorce, the longer the man thinks he has to wait to get to the next relationship. Just even a date. They go on one date. It's pretty wild. And I always ask them, because we talk to thousands of men, like 500 plus per month we talk. And I tell them to join our programs. And then when we talk to them on the phone, a lot of the guys that are out of divorce or even a long-term relationship, they feel bad for dating too soon. And I'm like, you knew it was over like 6 months before the papers were signed, right? And they go, oh yeah, I knew a year ago. And I'm like, okay. So you're like mentally checked out. Your vasopressin is zero because you haven't been sleeping with your girl that much. She's barely been desiring you. She's been nothing but nagging and complaining and being very entitled. Right? And I'll tell you how to fix all of that, because that's just very high oxytocin in her body and very low dopamine. That's a very easy thing to fix with the relational status. That's a different video though. That's really easy to fix. But why do you feel bad? for wanting to date another girl. You already were over her 6 months ago. Your vasopressin was 0. You know when you feel starved, like your body's starved because your girl's not sleeping with you, because she's gotten really entitled and she's gotten everything she wants in the relationship and the marriage, and then you got nothing. And then you had no leverage because you didn't understand what relational status was. You didn't understand their thumbscrew of what they need in a relationship. Like, you need sex in a relationship. They also need something in a relationship. And it's very easy to be aware of how much a girl's investing. And then obviously you should be investing the same, right? That's a mutual, loving, sustainable, long relationship. Most girls pull back because the guy doesn't realize he's giving her everything she wants, regardless of her investment level, which is wild. I would say 0 men on the planet, 0 marriage counselors know this, 0 therapists, 0 anything knows the relational status ratio. If you want to learn more about it, feel free to hit the subscribe button too down there. All right. But a lot of men, they think they need to like heal themselves and work on themselves after a divorce. And I'm like, you've slept next to her for 6 months and like you knew it was over and you're just waiting it out, hopefully hoping it changed, and nothing changed. You told me earlier you slept next to her and you didn't even know who that woman was anymore because you weren't bonded to her because she didn't sleep with you. She wasn't desiring you. And then now you think you need to wait like another 6 months to a year afterwards. I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I just feel like you should. I'm like, who taught you that? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, did someone say that to you? And they're like, yeah, my mom. I'm like, yeah, what did she say to you? She's like, yeah, she shamed me for leaving her. And I'm like, she shamed you for leaving her? She's like, yeah. I'm like, did you leave her? He's like, no. And I'm like, so she shamed you for leaving her, but you didn't leave her. She divorced you because she wasn't sleeping with you, because you were giving her everything she wanted. And now your mom's mad at you because she maybe liked her and the mom took her side. And now you feel bad to date a new girl, even though the last girl literally divorced you. I'm like, does that make any sense? And he's like, no. I'm like, cool. So now what? And he's like, I want to date a new girl. I'm like, cool. How about we find new girls that haven't been trained with their mammalian brain to get everything from you and give nothing back. We find a new girl. And then also I'll tell you how to make her jealous. And then also teach you how to let her not take advantage of you and feel entitled and get passive aggressive because she keeps getting the jackpot every single time she pulls the slot machine from you, right? She keeps getting the wagyu from you without having to pay the bill. We'll go over that as well. But let's find some new girls. How about that? And make her jealous at the same time. But that's the biggest mistake you can make, because you think you need to wait 6 months, but inside you're like, no, I would be able to go on a date right now. But the social pressure, the shame from whoever, society, the news, your friend, your mom, your aunt, your buddy is like shaming you if you like even look at a girl after the girl divorced you and like you didn't want to leave. Men are loyal. Men don't want to leave. The girl's pursuing you and sleeping with you. You're fine. You don't need to go anywhere. If she's overweight, take her to the gym, right? There's really no other problem other than her losing attraction for you. That's the only actual issue you run into in a relationship, right? Everything else is a byproduct of her not pursuing and desiring you. Kids, money, whatever the nonsense is that the media or like the propaganda bullshit psyop campaigns tell you. If your girl was sleeping with you and making you earn it, but like you liked earning it, take her on a date and then she would sleep with you to reward you, would there be any problems? Would kids be an issue? No. Would money be an issue? I think you would find a way as a man. I'm pretty sure if this was happening regularly, multiple times a week, and she's desiring you, making you feel like a fucking valuable man, I don't think anything, you'll solve, you move mountains for her. I don't think that's the issue of children or like money. She's spending money because you're allowing her, and there's no consequence in the entire relationship. Children are the issue because she doesn't respect you and your discipline and your leadership. That's a problem. That's because she's gotten too entitled. There's solutions to fix all of that. But the window right after she leaves, that's when she's watching the closest. Her attention is on you. She's curious. She's checking. She wants to know what you're doing because she just made a major decision. She already regrets it because the ego power trip wears off real quick. That whole like adrenaline, cortisol, norepinephrine spike and the pride ego, that shit goes down right quick. Like a couple days where they feel this massive like power trip. And then a couple days later, they're like, did I do the right thing? And they call all their friends and they like try to like get them to take their side. But no one, everyone sounds like you were mean to him. You know what I mean? But they're not like saying it out loud. But she wants to know what you're doing. 58% of people are on their ex's profile within 10 days after a split. There's literally data on this. There's the stats, there's articles, which means if you move fast, if she sees the transformation starting in real time, it hits completely differently than if she checks in 6 months and then you start transforming and then you start building, right? She was able to rattle you so hard that you didn't move for 6 months. That's not an attractive trait at all. So there's something that gets under her skin about watching it happen right after she breaks up with you, divorces you. She's watching new things appear, new status, new lifestyle, and she has zero access to any of it. That is literally psychological warfare. The live feed of a life that she's no longer a part of. So here's what's actually happening in her head. When she starts seeing a new version of you she's never seen before, new style, new places, new lifestyle, new photos on Instagram, new stories, new energy, new people, new friends, new women in the comments, things you never did when you were with her. She doesn't think, oh, that's good for him. I wish him well. No. She does not think that at all. The thought is, I was holding him back. When she sees all of a sudden, this is your life now? This is what you're doing now? You're going to these cool places. You never traveled to Miami before. You never worn that kind of outfit before. George has never done that before. George doesn't like food like that. George has never gone to a hotel like that before. He doesn't leave his house. He's in LA now. He's in Vegas, in Miami. He's traveling. He's staying at the JW, the Waldorf, the St. Regis. He's staying at Armeniara. That isn't George. What happened to him? And then all of a sudden she thinks, was I holding him back? And that one thought cracks the whole dam, because now she has to go back and re-examine the entire story, the entire narrative she told herself about why she left. She left because she wasn't happy. She wasn't fulfilled. The dopamine wasn't high. She got too complacent. She was taking advantage and being entitled and then complaining, right? You bought her a new car and guess what? She complains that it scrapes on speed bumps. The steering is a little weird. The speakers in the car aren't good. It's bad gas mileage. The seat is uncomfortable. It has this weird like lane assist thing, that the cruise control thing. I'm not going to ask you how to turn it off. I just am going to tell you about me complaining about it. Make sense? It's called hedonic adaptation. I'm not going to go into it right now, but she's getting used to the reward every single time from you. And then all of a sudden she looks for new novel things about the reward to complain about, right? Because novelty is what the brain is chasing with the dopamine. She left because you weren't the right guy for her. That's what she thought at the time. She left because she thought she deserved better. That was her narrative before the glow up from you. If you're out here looking like this, traveling to cool places, doing things you've never done before, living like this without her, what does her narrative mean now? It means the problem wasn't you, and she knows it. She starts blaming herself for the first time probably in the entire relationship. She starts questioning the decision she made. She starts wondering what your life actually looks like now. She checks your profile again and again. And now you're living rent-free in her head 24 hours a day without texting her, without calling her, without any sort of initiation towards her. That's the spiral. And you didn't have to do anything manipulative to start it. You just had to win. So when she's on your profile, here's exactly what she's looking for, right? She's not there just casually, randomly scrolling. She's conducting a full FBI investigation, right? She's looking for specific things consciously and subconsciously, obviously. She has a lot of what girls do and see and feel and all the things. They have no clue what's going on. Zero clue. And then they'll try to make up some reason and confabulate and be like, oh, this is the reason I did this. This is the reason I don't want to date the doctor, but I slept with the bartender yesterday. They have no clue. They have no idea what a nucleus accumbens is, or their limbic system, or their basal ganglia. They have no idea. They have no clue. They just do the thing, whatever feels good in the moment, and then backwards rationalize it. Oh, I did this because blank. And you're like, did you even think about that? And whatever you just said doesn't make any sense. And then nobody calls them out because what are you going to challenge the hot girl, the attractive girl, make her feel bad and she runs away? I mean, you should challenge her, but most men won't because they have some sort of mommy issues. I'm going to try to make this video short. They're seeing every single photo in highlight, in story, every single thing you post, right? Who you're following, who's commenting. Are women paying attention to him? Your stories. What are you doing? Who's in your stories? Where are you going? New places? Why is George at a new place? He's never been there before. Who's he with? Is he with somebody else? Is he thriving or is he surviving? She's asking herself one question the entire time. Did I make a mistake? Your job is to make sure every single thing she finds on that profile answers that question the same way. So here's why Instagram specifically is the most powerful tool you have right now. She has years of context on you. And she knows how you look. She knows everything about you, right? She's seen you naked. She knows exactly what you looked like before, what your life looked like before, what your energy was before. Any improvement to any of that immediately registers against the baseline. It's called prediction error. She sees something that her brain did not predict. This is not what I was expecting. I was expecting him to not get better, not get a cooler lifestyle, not get more attractive, not get more status and girls in his comments and in his following. I was not expecting that. I don't like that. My brain hurts. I don't like when my brain hurts. 90% of why a girl is attracted to you is your lifestyle and status, not your pretty face, not how beautiful you are, not how smooth your skin is or how chiseled all the features are with your face. Why do you think a girl wants a house, a car, to travel? She's attracted to living and feeling the new experiences, and also a man who commands status. That raises her status. She feels good. She feels attracted to that. Why do you think girls that are attractive are dating ugly men? They're there for the lifestyle. She's attracted to his status, right? You're attracted to just her body. One of her guys like, oh, she's just there for the money. He's just there for the body. What are we talking about, man? What's the issue? Like whenever someone, oh, he's just with the money. He's with her for her body. That's what men are attracted to. Women are not attracted to paper, the paper money. No, what does it represent? A lifestyle. The man that can accumulate and build the resources, which is you need income, you need money, resourcefulness. She's attracted to a man that is able to do that, right? She's not attracted to paper. Then she would date paper. She would be getting aroused over paper. You know what I mean? She wouldn't need a man. Why not go in the corporate environment, make all the money you want, and then don't date men? The argument gets pulled apart in 3 seconds. If a girl's just there for his money, then he's just there for her body. What are we talking about here, man? No, she's attracted to the lifestyle and status. You're attracted to her body and her nurturing, warm, feminine personality. But you're not attracted to her status. Are you more attracted to her solely because she has a Chanel bag or a Gucci bag? Do you even notice what kind of bag she has? Do you know what kind of shoes she has? They're $1,000. They got red bottoms. They're $1,000 plus. Did you even fucking notice? No, you didn't notice. Of course not. Because you're not attracted to status. Who cares? Girls think you are, which is insane. I mean, no one knows what they're talking about. Right, but women are attracted to lifestyle and status, not looks at the same level men are at all. Right? It's not an opinion. It's literally evolutionary psychology. You're attracted to her because her body, she can get pregnant. The more curves and beautiful fake boobs and butt and all the things she has, like the more perfect it looks, the higher estradiol she has in her body, the estrogen, right? If she has higher estrogen, that means she can get pregnant easier. Your brainstem sees that, the limbic system sees that and goes, girl attractive, high estrogen, I could impregnate, high chance, have baby, DNA live on. Like that is all that's going on here. Right? Just the more attractive the girl is, the more estrogen she has in her body. The more beautiful her face is, the more pretty and soft and subtle and all the luscious lips and the high cheekbones, the petite nose, the soft jaw, all those things there are indicators of high estradiol. Make sense? So you're literally attracted to a girl who has high estrogen in her body, right? And the most powerful jealousy trigger of all is pre-selection. Other women wanting you. One photo of you in the right environment with the right energy, the right people, the right lifestyle, that does more damage or impact than 6 months of texting her ever could. Now, I'm not saying post photos with you and girls. I'm not saying that. Implied pre-selection is the more advanced modern way to show pre-selection. If you don't know, comes from mate choice copying or social proof. Essentially, if a girl sees a guy with a girl already, the girl is more attracted to the guy because he's already around girls. Essentially, you know, when you're taking a test and you're sitting next to the smart kid and you didn't study and you're like, I'm just going to copy him. I know he's smart. I'll just copy him. He's going to do well. Does that make sense? That's what mate choice copying is, or pre-selection. Girls see other girls around man, therefore that man around girls is already pre-vetted. He's already vouched for because the girls are literally around him, which is wild because the girls could just not know him. The girls could like literally hate him. But like the mammalian brain for one girl sees other girls around man and then goes, he's high value because he's near woman. And the women don't need to be attractive. It's pretty wild. They don't need to be attractive. They just need to be a female. They just need to have XX chromosome. That's it. The organism just needs to have 2 X chromosomes, and then other girls will be attracted to the man because she's around other X chromosomes. Make sense? Pretty wild. The girls could be obese. They could be hideous. But because they're literally female, all of a sudden, other girls are more attracted to you because you're around those other X chromosomes. Pretty wild, right? That's how it works. Just so you know. And also, if you didn't know, 77% of women research a man's social media before a first date. But she was thorough before you started dating. She's even more thorough now. Now, before we get to the roadmap, I need to talk about what kills the strategy completely, what not to do. Because a lot of guys think they're doing the right things on Instagram, and they're actually completely ruining their own status without realizing it. You can never post anything bitter or angry or subtweeting, nothing even subtle of how angry you are at something that your circumstances, whatever happened to you. The amount of captions I've seen where it's like a full essay novel caption explaining, like talking about how much the dude hates his ex-wife or how you can never trust anybody. He's never going to get back into a relationship again. And definitely no gym selfies, no flexing, no trying to overcompensate by your, whatever happened to you with the divorce. Just bought a new car, just bought a new watch. Nothing that you just did in retaliation or in reaction to the divorce or the breakup, right? Can't do that. We definitely can't show that off. She sees through it immediately. Your ex will see through all of that immediately. Again, what are we doing this for? Yeah, sure, the higher self, we're doing it for the future and growing, blah, 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 new girls, all that great stuff. But we're also, for the lower consciousness, we got to have some fun in this process, immediate fun. We're trying to make her jealous. If you do something completely obviously to spite her, to make her pissed, and it's obvious, just bought a new car because I got divorced. Like, you're not saying that obviously, but it's very clear. She can read between the lines, you know what I mean? We can't do that because now she's like, oh, he's clearly doing this to piss me off. The strategy doesn't work anymore, right? Subtlety is everything. Obvious kills status immediately. The second she can see that you're trying to impress her, you're trying to piss her off, you're trying to make her seem like she, made a bad decision, bad bet, all that kind of stuff, it immediately negates the actual power of what we're doing here, right? Status isn't screamed from the mountaintops and shoved in somebody's face. It's performed, it's demonstrated. There's a massive difference. So performance status is try hard, right? Demonstrated status is just your life on camera. I'm documenting my day-to-day life, and that's what you're building. So let me tell you how this is going to go. because I've seen it plenty of times in the past with many of my clients. She's not going to send you a text that says, I want you back. I want to date again. Can we go on a date? I mean, she literally might, but that's not a high probability of what she's going to do, right? Girls are a lot more indirect and subtle. And if you really are dating a crazy girl, probably a good chance she's disorganized attachment style. And they're the masters of like pulling back, but then doing what I call side channel. I don't know if I talked about it in this video already. They're the masters of side channels. So instead of sending you a direct text or calling you, they'll tell someone else to tell you something. They'll view your story on Instagram. They'll send you a reel. They'll do something that's indirect to try to get you to reach out without actually asking for you to reach out, right? They're the masters of not being vulnerable, but wanting your attention at the same time. That is the definition of a disorganized attachment style girl, which if you've dealt with a crazy girl and she's a little psycho, but also a lot of fun at the same time, good chance she's disorganized. But she's not going to text you, not going to call you and be like, I really want to go on a date with you. I really want you back. I made a terrible decision. She's not going to say that, or very low likelihood she is going to. That's not how women operate. They're very indirect, right? She has a lot of ego invested in this too. If you didn't know, girls have massive egos. They have a lot of pride. If you didn't realize, they do. Just because they look sweet and soft and pretty doesn't mean they don't have a massive ego and a ton of pride, like a man would. So she doesn't come back directly. She creates openings. Like I said, side channels. She might be so bold to watch your story, either from her real account or a fake account, or her friends might watch. And obviously she's with her friend, or a friend screenshot. Again, the girls check your Instagram within 10 days of a breakup. She might send you a random reel out of nowhere. She might DM you. She might come up with the most clever reason that she needs to talk to you. I bet this has happened to you before, where they ask you, hey, did I leave my pair of shoes in your trunk? And you're like, why on earth would your shoes be in my trunk? And like, little did you know, she planted the shoes there. So she has a reason to come back, right? A reason to reach out to you. And I'm definitely not missing you. I definitely don't want your attention. The reason I planted those shoes in your trunk definitely isn't to have an excuse to reach out to you. No. I forgot that I put them there, even though I don't ever go in your trunk. Whoops. If you ever watch Seinfeld, George, whenever he is dating a new girl that's like way out of his league, he always leaves something there. So he has an excuse to, come back to see her. And then when she wasn't looking, he like put his hat under the pillow.
So, you wanna get together tomorrow?
No. I'm gonna be pretty busy.
What about this weekend?
I'm gonna be busy for a while.
Okay, see ya.
Hey! Forgot your keys.
Well, those aren't my keys.
Well, they're not mine.
Oh. They are my keys. How weird.
Goodbye, George.
Yeah, bye.
George, bye. Hello? You are not going to believe the date I just had.
Who stands up?
And then now it's an excuse to come back, right? That's what she's probably going to do. Girls are masters at this. They're very covert, secret, and indirect. But she will manufacture a reason to contact you. Something that she conveniently left at your place, your house, sunglasses, a pair of lipstick, shoes, top. She'll leave something. I left my favorite sunglasses in your car. I left my favorite top in your back seat. And you're like, when the hell were you in my back seat of my car? Super funny. Those are not accidents. Girls know exactly where every little thing is. I don't care if she's the most like all over the place girl. She knows she left her top at your place or her shoes in your car. She knows exactly where she left her stuff, especially if she's like wearing it often, like sunglasses or something like that. But she's creating an excuse to re-enter your orbit without having to actually admit what she's doing. But she wants your attention. She wants your affection again. She misses you. She wants to be able to talk to you without admitting that she made a mistake. That's when you know the spiral is in full effect. About 50% of divorced couples reinitiate contact, and that number spikes sharply when one partner visibly improves after the split. You don't have to chase her. You don't have to manufacture a reason to talk. She'll find a way. We've had plenty of clients that got divorced and then came to me, and then I kind of, build them back up and get them back in the dating scene again, and they start, crushing it and going on dates. But I'll tell you about one of my clients, Scott, because his story is exactly what we talked about in this video. He was divorced after he got cheated on. So I'm not going to go too personal of the details of the story, but he got divorced. His wife did initiate it. There was a lot of, bad stuff that happened that, she did. Very unfair. And not only did she divorce him, but all of their friends were her friends, and they all took her side. So he just woke up one day, divorced, all of his friends were gone, and then now he has to start from literally scratch. And he was not in like a major city. He's not in like West Hollywood or Brickell, Miami, or like Union Square in New York City. You know what I mean? There wasn't an abundance of girls around him to choose from, but he lost all of his friends. Scott came to me, and within, I want to say, a few weeks, we completely rebuilt his page, his dating apps, and he was going on literally weeks. I think it was about 5 to 6 weeks it really took off. I think there was 3 girls in a single weekend. So not only was he on dates with new girls, 3 dates, 3 girls in a weekend, but within that same time period, his ex started to stalk his new life on Instagram with a fake account. He didn't set out to make her jealous. I mean, I'm sure it was behind a lot of the motivation to build a new account to go on new dates is obviously to make the old girl regret her literally betting against you. Like, that's literally what's happening, right? But he just committed to the process, to building his IG, to building his dating apps, building the lifestyle online to display his attractiveness, what is attractive to females, his lifestyle and status. He showed up consistently. Again, I think she created multiple fake accounts to stalk him because he had blocked her on her main account. I'll put the video on screen as well so we can tell the full story. But that's the outcome. How sweet is that? Whatever revenge tastes like, it tastes like that. After the divorce, she bet against you. She, divorced you. And then weeks later, you're with 3 different girls with them, not just a date, but like with them in one weekend. And your IG looks like this: stunning, badass, high status photos. And then your ex is stalking you from a fake account because you blocked her main account. And then I'll let him tell the story, but they were at like the closing, they were selling their house and the closing, whatever, the sign of the papers. And then she was like, clearly upset that he's like moving on and with new girls and he looks better and his lifestyle's better. And it's like the nerve of these girls that initiate the divorce into the whole relationship. And then like weeks later, you've like clearly leveled up and she's mad and she's upset. Must be nice. I didn't know you. I thought, where are your glasses? You stopped wearing your glasses. Why are you? All of a sudden, she's upset you're moving on. And clearly she wants him back. Clearly she wants his attention again. But at that point, you're like, this girl just fucking divorced me. I don't think I want her back, but I wanted to know I could get her back. And now that I have the power and I know she wants me back, I don't know if I want her back anymore. That's a really good feeling.
I just want to thank you, man. This the program, 90-day program, was fantastic.
Absolutely, dude.
I got a lot out of it, learned a ton, and I just appreciate you.
Of course, yeah.
Whenever I was not traveling and moving, I had like at least 3 a week. And then now in Austin, my matches are way better than they were back in Missouri. I have like over 90 currently active chats.
That's fantastic, dude.
It's really just shifted my mindset of like options. Like I have options. I don't know. I just felt like I was, locked into a relationship for so long and then single. And I got in my mind like, oh no, like what if I never find somebody? I'll be single forever. And then all I needed was like just a better imaging. I just needed a personal brand. Yeah. And now girls are hitting me up literally all the time.
I love it, dude.
I'm excited to get some more content to keep building it out. I feel like it's like a super solid base that I can just continue to build on from here on out. So
I love it, dude.
And it made my ex super jealous. So that was awesome. We were closing on our house. So like it was like the final thing. The divorce is over. We're splitting assets, all that shit. And like we sold the house and we were like at the closing signing the documents like right before I moved here. And she said something like underhanded and like passive aggressive and shit like that. But she said a couple times like, you seem to be enjoying yourself. And
nice.
And like a bunch of other stuff like that. And she's like, she mentioned something about my glasses because I've been wearing contacts. Like these are like blue light and prescription, but all my photos and stuff, I'm not wearing them and things like that. Like that she's watching my page and like she's paying attention. And
oh man,
I've blocked her. So that means that she's made a fake account to keep up with my shit. So
she was blocked at the time and she's still stalking.
Oh yeah, she's still stalking it. So I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
I had a date with one girl. Her name was Hannah. It ended early. So then I hit up Katie and I was like, what's your address? I'm coming over. And she's like, here it is. And then so I just like went over. I didn't know that I could do that, but it worked. So that was
fantastic, cool. Dude. I love it.
And then later in the week, one of the girls was like, hey, do you have plans tonight? And I've just been like head down working a lot and I didn't have any plans. And I was like, what are your plans tonight? And she said, my plan tonight was you.
Oh.
So she dropped the address. And I was like, just keeps working. And I don't know why, but it does. Yeah. So last night I was just kind of playing with that whole, like being super kind of dominant kind of stuff. And it worked out really well again.
That's fantastic.
It's crazy. Like it's the whole new world that I'm living in.
So is that 3 in a weekend?
3 in a weekend, yeah.
I love it, dude. That's fantastic.
Once I got the profile stuff up, and then I've been reading those books. I've been watching all the content and just like
Soaking it all up.
and just practicing it, like implementing all this stuff. And it's really wild, like how fast it can just turn.
Nice, dude.
It's pretty much all worked so far. I don't know. I haven't really found anything. It's not super effective, except for all the stuff I was doing for years before this was not working. And all of this stuff seems to be working super duper well. So
That's awesome, dude.
That's the outcome. That's one. We have many different clients. Adam, Clint, Keith, Cecil, many clients that I've not only like helped them through the program, but also followed up with, and they've just been crushing it ever since. And they've told me many stories of their ex literally stalking their page. And one of our clients got sent like Amazon packages from his ex. And then again, or story views, or where it all goes down. Your ex in the story views, it's going to happen at some point. Either from her main account, that's a pretty bold thing for her to check out your story from her main account, or from a fake account, or one of her friends' accounts. You just got to be aware of the story views, right? That's usually the two places that comes. And then all of a sudden, they find a reason. They find a way to contact you that doesn't make it seem like they want your attention. They'll never say, hey, I miss you, but they will contact you for some other reason because they're too afraid and they have the pride and ego to kind of like hide behind. But they want your attention and they potentially want you back as well. So here's how the 90 days actually break down. Day 1 through 30, this is the foundation, the full profile overhaul. Everything low value gets eliminated. Bad photos, dead energy, anything that confirms the old version of you in her eyes, your ex's eyes. You're building the foundation of external status from the ground up. This phase is about the infrastructure, creating the bare bones, completely archiving all the content from your highlights, anything that doesn't belong there from your posts, your tagged photos, your bio, your profile photo, your name. Every single thing needs to be groomed and increase the perceived status immediately. Those are really easy kind of quick wins that we can do. Day 31 through 60, this is where it goes live. Content is running. You have a beautiful feed by this point. You've been posting consistently. You've been getting and generating content. Your dating apps are now optimized. Matches are coming in. Girls are responding to you. Girls are DMing you. You're setting up dates. Your attractive, high status lifestyle is on display. People can see it. And now the lead generation has started, right? We have lead generation, the ops process, which is getting the girl from the match or in person or wherever you met her to the date. Right, so we have the lead gen, ops process, and then date game, right? We have a specific sequence for date game as well. But this is when your lifestyle is now on display on your Instagram page. This is when she first starts to really notice, wait a minute, George is a little bit different. He's doing some pretty cool, neat things that he's never done before. I've never been there before. He doesn't go there. I know his entire life. I know George's entire routine. He doesn't do any of these things. And now she's in full data collection mode, curious mode, scanning, because there's a big change going on here. And I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I feel good and certain about my decision to divorce him. The profile that was stale is now active, thriving, and increasing status by the minute. She doesn't know exactly what's going on or how she feels, but she could feel something. And it's different. Day 61 through 90, this is when the spiral starts. She's watching very consistently now. She's gotten used to the new baseline of you increasing your social status. Dates are happening. Your stories are consistent. Your highlights are fully built out. New women are engaging, maybe even commenting. The version of you she thought she knew is completely gone. The version she's watching now is someone she doesn't recognize and definitely has not figured out. And that is exactly the point. The goal was never just to get her back. It should have never been. The goal is becoming the man she couldn't keep. The second you start this process to make her regret the decision she made, that's absolutely fine. I recommend doing that because if you know the levels of consciousness at all, anger is a very motivating feeling. You should feel angry sometimes. That is a very motivating feeling. That's kind of where it shifts from the lower consciousness to the higher consciousness, right? Like the blame, shame, and apathy. We don't want to be down there. We do want to be around, anger and pride. Those are good motivating feelings to then transcend and, kind of rise through the ranks of the levels of consciousness. So we do want to be angry. It is a good thing. Don't be like, no, I'm not angry. I don't want to make her jealous. I wish her well. No, you fucking don't, you liar. Come on, get the hell out of here with this virtue signaling. No, we want to piss her off. She literally made a bet against you that another man will be better to date than you. No, we are absolutely angry at that. Of course we are. We want to piss her off. Absolutely. Like, we're not going to go out of our way to do damage and be malicious. No, we're going to piss her off by you getting better. That is a very healthy way to piss somebody off, right? There's no shame around that. But again, the anger is fuel and it rises, right? It doesn't stay at anger forever. Like you definitely don't want to be angry forever, but you rise. That's the whole point. You got to get motivated, and anger is a good motivating emotion. But somewhere around day 45, something shifts, right? Same thing happened with Scott, because at the beginning, he definitely had a lot of anger. There was definitely a lot of like, I want to get her back and make her pay, spite, all the things, right? That's good to get you started. But around like day 40, 45, he's kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I want her back. Like right now, if you're like mid-divorce, mid-breakup, you're probably like, no, I want her back. I can't imagine my life without her. Sure, you could feel that way. There's levels to the emotions. You maybe are on blame, right? I'm blaming her. It was her fault. She did this, and how dare she do that to me? Totally get it. We want to get you to anger, right? Because you're angry at the situation, but also maybe yourself for letting it happen, right? If you didn't watch our relational status video, right? Watch it up there. Watch that one. How to manage a relationship and not give her everything she wants. Unlimited provision, protection, affection, warmth, with her doing nothing for you, right? We definitely don't want to do that. You saying, baby, I love you. You're my everything. You're giving her what she literally needs from you. If she didn't earn it, she then starts to devalue it. Make sense? If she gives you sex whenever you want it with you doing nothing for her, sex now becomes devalued. Right? Same thing. She has to be investing into you and you investing into her. That keeps the relationship going. If she's not investing, if she pulls back, if she stops sleeping with you consistently, you should pull back too. You shouldn't push forward. That's what most men do. That's why most marriages fail. I mean, I would say every fucking marriage, kids, money. No, it's not because of money. If your girl was sleeping with you, making you earn it, and you like were obsessed with her and sleeping with her like every 2-3 days, do you think you could figure out the money situation? Do you think you could figure out the like how to discipline the kid situation? Do you think she would be spending unlimited money and not listening to you if you, I don't know, pulled back your warmth, affection, love, attention, provision, protection when she wasn't doing what you wanted? When she was being kind of, I don't know, unreasonable, spending all the money? Like all these issues pop up because the girl doesn't respect the man, isn't attracted to the man, has lost desire to the man. If she desires the man, she's not complaining about how he chews. She's not complaining about he breathes loud or he snores. She's not, because she's like, I don't have the right to, and I kind of want his attention and warmth and his reassurance. And if I say anything kind of negative, then I don't get the 10 out of 10 reassurance that I want. So I'm not going to complain. He can breathe a little loud. He pays the fucking bills. That's how it should be, right? They start doing entitled, disrespectful things because you're giving them what they want, an unlimited, unconditional amount of it without them earning it. If you didn't have to earn sex and you just got it whenever you want, you wouldn't value it. You would start complaining. You would start going, I don't like her body. I mean, I don't know, this could be better. And her moan, I don't really like her moan that much. Her moan can be better and different. Do you understand? You would do the same thing if you got that unlimited, unconditionally, without having to earn it. Of course you would. But again, this is usually what happens. At day 45 in the program, you usually stop caring about the ex. It's like fun, it's neat, but you're like, there's so much baggage there, and like rewiring her fucking limbic system and basal ganglia of like how she thinks she can treat you, and holding frame through all the like bullshit you have to rewire. You're like, day 45, you're like, do I really want to do that? Or do I want to go on a date with, I don't know, one of the 3 girls that want to see me this week? What do you think? One of the girls is more attractive than your ex, and she's more your type than your ex. What do you think? Are you still missing her or new girl, right? Of course. The reason guys don't do this is because they can't. You need the program. You need a badass high status Instagram to stand out. If you don't stand out, you're just like, the average guy sleeps with 5 to 6 girls in his entire life. 5 to 6 girls. And how many of those are girlfriends? All of them? It took him like a long time to sleep with one girl, let alone 5 to 6 over his entire lifespan. Like, that's mind blowing. We're talking about 3 to 5 dates per week in this program. Like, that's pretty wild, dude. Anyway, but because your life is actually good now, right? You've actually got dates. You've actually have options, right? You got a new version of yourself you haven't seen in years or ever, maybe ever. And she knows it. She's watching everything. She's aware. But at that point, it doesn't really matter anymore because you've already won. If you want me and my team to personally review your Instagram page, whether you have a very basic scrapbook Instagram or you have no Instagram at all, either way, me and my team will personally go through your Instagram and not only give you a clear game plan of exactly how to build it, but the real cool part is The specific girl that you're looking for, whatever it is, short, long-term relationship, let's just say you're looking for another wife, or eventually some girl who's warm, supportive, nurturing, feminine, attractive, your exact type, brunette, blonde, petite, curvy, whatever it is. Your exact girl, she has a specific lifestyle that not only she's living right now, but that she's attracted to. Girls are attracted to your lifestyle, like we talked about earlier. So, do you think if you display the lifestyle that your specific type of girl is attracted to, do you think you have a better chance of attracting your exact perfect 10 dream girl, your next girlfriend, your next wife? You have an insanely higher chance to attract your specific girl if you display the lifestyle that she would die to live, right? If you're displaying you partying at tables all night in a DJ booth, do you think your sweet church girl who wants kids is going to be attracted to your life? Of course not. The girl who goes to the club every night is, who looks like this, she's maybe attractive, but you would never want to actually marry her or have kids with her, right? You would want to marry a girl who likes to go to church, who likes to go to like bookstores and ranch and, plays pickleball sometimes. He likes to go hiking, right? And likes like quirky coffee shops and like this new feminine little restaurant she just found. Those are the places she's going to. She already has a lifestyle, and we just need to display the lifestyle that she wants, right? Not the lifestyle she's living right now, the lifestyle she wants. And that's extremely easy. And that's exactly what we'll do on your call. So all you got to do, go to the description below, click the link, the first link in the description, book your free Instagram audit and breakthrough call. We'll go over everything and map out a clear game plan on how to get you not only your perfect dream girl, your next girlfriend, your next wife, but we'll also show you exactly how to make your ex jealous as well. Talk soon.